It's on. Look, it's on.
Oh, it's on.
It is so on.
Pull up a chair, grab a cold one, smoke 'em if you got 'em. It's time for the Fan Happy Hour. On the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080. The Fan. Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
Hey, happy Thursday, all you beautiful radio listeners. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon so far. Let's check in with the man, the myth, the legend, Jordan Schultz.
Happy Friday Eve, brother.
Friday Eve,
I'm
yeah.
a Friday Eve guy.
Friday Eve, do you do Thursday Eve or do you do Friday Eve on Wednesdays? What do you
I'm a Christmas Eve dude, so I try to be positive, looking forward. It's you're one of those, are you? Yes, I am.
Yeah, all right. But see, here's the thing, is Friday's really your weekend eve.
I thought Friday was the actual weekend.
No, Friday's not the weekend.
Really? 5 o'clock on
No,
Friday? That's not the weekend?
That's when the weekend starts, but Friday morning is not the start of it. Like Christmas Eve is Christmas Eve all day.
I don't know, man.
Because Christmas starts like as soon as you're done with whatever your day entails. Like if you have last minute shopping, if you got all of that on Christmas Eve, you get to that Christmas Eve party, it might as well be Christmas.
I mean, with all the people working like half days on Fridays now, or like not even in the office, like I think some of the contention with coming back to work was met with a little bit of a solution. Like, hey, so we get you back Monday through Thursday, but Friday you want to stay home. So Friday Eve I think it's a worthy saying.
Okay, well, you've obviously thought it through. That's why you're using it. I will try to crush your spirit every time I see you on a Thursday from here on out until eternity, until we get you to stop saying it, or you convince me that it's worthwhile. But we don't need to try to do that because we'll waste the entire show. We've got a guest at 2:15. We're going to talk some IndyCar right here in Portland coming up for the weekend.
Yeah.
We've got the Pick'em at 2:30 on the Fan Happy Hour Twitter or X page or whatever it's called. I put out the link, so if you want to do that, it's also on my Facebook. I don't know if our friend Jake put it out on the fan social medias, but you can play along. You've got until 7 o'clock tonight because the first game that we have on there is the Seahawks Pick'em. So if you want to play along, do that. Quick follow-up from yesterday's show. We were not aware of it. You may know it by now, but smelling salts was part of the conversation, and the NFL has clarified the teams are not allowed to supply smelling salts to the players, but the players are able to bring their own. So part of the reason that they banned smelling salts...
BYOS.
I'll tell you what, like this seems like a more dangerous thing. Like the speculation yesterday was we're looking at player safety, smelling salts, and ammonia and whatever things that you sniff to help get you more alert is also something that can mask concussions, so they wanted to kind of eliminate that from the game. George Kittle made a big to-do about it. Baker Mayfield was very upset about this. Well, the NFL came out and clarified because the memo kind of made it a little ambiguous. It's just the team can't give you the drugs to protect you from concussion symptoms. You're welcome to do it all you want, but I think that eliminates the team and the league's liability. So just wanted to give you that update. Good luck with that.
We're just throwing it into the Advil category. You can take whatever, do what you
want. Yeah, but
I
think the team can give you Advil.
But you can also bring it from home.
Yeah,
but specifically because it's a salt, like where are they getting them? I guess it doesn't matter to the NFL.
BYO whatever drugs you want.
Yeah, BYO.
Whatever, yeah. Hey, if we don't know, the NFL has said if we don't know about it, go nuts, kids. Have a great time. Very exciting day. I know that preseason games don't matter, but there will be a lot of questions answered tonight. It is very exciting at 4 o'clock on the NFL Network. Colts, Ravens. This is interesting because I don't think anybody, including the Colts, has any idea who their starting quarterback is going to be.
Can Anthony Richardson be good?
Can Daniel Jones be good? Ooh. I will double down on that because I genuinely have no idea. They've got Tyler Warner from Penn State, first-round tight end, is going to be in there. So whoever your quarterback is, you've got a new weapon. That should be fun to see. Yeah. We will see if their O-line is any good. Few questions still out there for the Colts. Now, on the other side, the Ravens, if you're curious what's going to go on there, no starters. So they've already said you're going to get no Lamar Jackson, no Derrick Henry. Most of your starters will be out. You'll get a chance to see some of their young players. They do not have a kicker for the first time in a long time. So I wonder if they're just going to post up on third down and just start kicking field goals to test out somebody new. Because after years and years of Justin Tucker being great, he was not only not a great kicker last year, turns out not a great human, potentially, allegedly.
Gotta do the legal thing here.
So if you have been a Ravens fan or waiting for them to go, really probably the least interesting preseason thing, but you do need a kicker. At some point.
Maybe the Ravens are going to go like Shohei Ohtani, and we're going to see like this first two-way player since George Blanda in like the NFL.
Well, we do have Travis Hunter out there. They didn't draft him.
But a quarterback / kicker, or like a wide receiver or a linebacker / kicker. Because Cordell was a slash, but Blanda literally started both at quarterback and at kicker, which is why I call him a true two-way player.
Sure.
But why can't we get the linebacker with the old neck roll out there kicking field goals, brother?
I would love to see it, my friend, but I do like kickers with great names, and the guy that they have out there is a rookie named Tyler Loop. Loop.
Okay.
So, loop that one through. So get ready for that. And make it cheesy at 4:30.
By the way, you can't tell if Anthony Richardson's actually a starter or not. He is playing a bunch of third stringers. So this is going to be interesting to see how Indy
the whole
they
thing
actually view this performance.
The Indy side of this is interesting. I'm trying to give everybody a reason to tune into these games. Again, they're preseason. That's all. This is all that I can give you. But you can feel the energy of football being back. So your other game going on at the same time, 4:30, Bengals at Eagles. Now, this one is interesting because the opposite of their division opponent, the Bengals have said, we're playing all our starters, and we're playing them extended minutes. So you will see Joe Burrow. You will see Jamar Chase. You will see T. Higgins. You will not see Trey Hendrickson. So you will see the offense for the Bengals. Speaking of somebody playing against third stringers that is Anthony Richards, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, how many plays are they actually going to be? And they're just going and light them up for a couple series and go, oh yeah, it's really easy for us because we're really good. This seems like a very stupid thing. If anybody gets injured and they still fail to sign Trey Hendrickson, I might have to fly to Cincinnati, eat some Skyline chili, and then just go and open a can of whoop ass on everybody. I don't want to root for the Bengals, but they are so good on offense. They have such good personalities. Their helmets are great. Just don't screw this up. You've got a golden ticket named Joe Burrow that if you can just get him into the playoffs, he'll drag you to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, the organization sucks, though. Unfortunately, it's just the team's good, but
and their logo is good. The Bengals stripes is good. Yeah. No, they've got
You sound like me talking about Mariners.
Okay,
players.
listen. There's two orange teams. You've got the Browns. Terrible name, terrible.
And they're orange.
No logo, no whatever. And then within Ohio, you've got black and orange, which is a good combo. You got the tiger stripes. You got all of the things. But they're such a poor run organization that you don't want to root for them. I will give this to the Lions for a very long time. We're the same way. Very good look. The Honolulu blue and the silver everything looks great, but you knew that they were terrible. They were forcing the best players in NFL history into early retirement. The best running back, the best wide receiver. They shipped out Matthew Stafford, who was never the best, but was really, really good, but he just left with a herniated disc and a bunch of sorrow and regret. They ruined Joey Harrington's career. They did all of this, so you didn't want to root for him, and now they're finally doing something, and they get into the playoffs, and they've got the home road to the Super Bowl, and they can't win in the playoffs now. So Dan Campbell, I'm begging you to do something. I would love to root for those teams. The Browns, not one of them. So anyways, you're going to see a bunch of starters for the Bengals. The Eagles not really doing anything. They're kind of trying to figure out who's going to play corner, but they just won a Super Bowl. Who cares? You can watch and see what their play calling looks like, but they're not going to show anything because they don't have any of their guys in there. So not a whole ton to watch. They do have a bunch of guys that aren't playing because they said because of injury, but listen, a hangnail is going to keep an Eagle out of this game. One thing to watch for, though, there is a set of twin brothers that will be playing. There is a running back for the Bengals, Chase Brown, Eagles safety Sidney Brown.
That's cool.
This will be their first meeting since week 8, so I don't know if they'll actually play, but they'll be in there. So anytime you have twins showing up, you got me interested.
Frankly, I'd love to hear about any other set of brothers than the Kelseys at this point in the NFL. So let's get on to another story.
I'll give you a big fat amen to that.
Yeah.
The most interesting of the games, I think, because of the local tie, because of the reunion tie, you have Pete Carroll and Geno Smith making their return to Lumen Field. Wish it was a regular season game. It's not. There's not going to be a ton to really be interested in from the actual result of the game, but you may get a first look at Ashton Genty. You may get a first look at what Chip Kelly is planning to do with his play calling. They've made a ton of changes with the Raiders. They're planning on playing some starters. They're going to go out and try to see what they can do. As far as what you're going to see, it's no Sam Darnold, but you do get Jalen Milroe.
A lot of him, apparently.
So, which that is very exciting.
Yeah.
You have a new play caller with Clint Kubiak there, so you're going to have a big battle for a lot of positions. See if the offensive line is any good, because you will have Gray Zabel in there. So that game will be interesting. 7:00 if you're interested in watching that one. That, my friends, is your rundown of everything going on in the preseason. We tried to do it as quick as we could so we could get to some jokes. All right, my friend. In case you missed it, the Blue Jays swept the Rockies in glorious fashion. They scored 45 runs, set a new Major League Baseball record with 63 hits in 3 games. The Blue Jays beat the Rockies so bad, the Rockies are now demoting their entire pitching staff, including Austin Nola, who was brought in to pitch at the end of a 20-1 loss on Wednesday.
What?
Yes, they have officially declared Coors Field a disaster area.
Well, it is.
They lost so bad in each game that the scoreboard operators just tapped out in the 6th inning.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds like the Rockies organization as a whole, so it's very fitting.
The Rockies lost so bad that Colorado weed shops are often offering 50% off if you go in with a ticket stub from the game. So get out there and just go.
It's quite the outdoor sports bar. That's about the only draw going to.
The Rockies had actually been playing better.
Relatively, yes.
They started 9-50.
So anything would be better.
And they were playing a little better, but man, that is embarrassing. Did you hear about the Yankees? They finally snapped their 5-game losing streak. And you may have forgotten, but a game-winning home run from Paul Goldschmidt. You may have forgotten that he was on the roster, but even if you watch the team, you've definitely forgotten that he won an MVP at one point, right?
Well, and even still, I don't think he grew his beard back. He shaved.
Well, you can't. Can you grow a beard in New York now?
Yes, the Yankees changed their policy.
Did change it.
I think it was literally because of closer Devin Williams coming in from the Brewers, and he's like, "Yo, I gotta look tough out there on the mound."
Finally, somebody stood up to him.
60 years later, but I don't look at Paul Goldschmidt and see Paul Goldschmidt anymore because there's no beard. I'm just like, who's that guy?
Yeah, well, he finally showed up to the guy that they were hoping they got when they got him. So, it's where MVPs go to die. Cody Bellinger, Goldschmidt. Let's be honest,
they'll take him.
Yeah, they 100. Are you an out of work former Major League Baseball MVP? We've got a job for you. Come to the New York Yankees.
Call the Yankees law firm.
That's
right.
Exactly. Absolutely. I don't know if you saw this. Rick Pitino has declared that the point guard position is dead. There are no more point guards. That means we can finally end the debate because there are no new entries into who the greatest point guard of all time debate is. No, this is great. It's
you think it's good? I disagree.
The debate is over. John Stockton wins greatest point guard.
We're done.
No more. We're done. We're done.
We've got none of the Steve Nash-like skills
that
are being developed anymore. It's just all shooting.
No more new inputs. Point guard is dead. You don't have to worry about that. And finally, Eli Apple lost another job. He was released today by the San Francisco 49ers. So if you are a fan of an NFL team, just hope that your team does not lose a cornerback and sign Eli Apple, because then you'll get a guy that you'll think is good until it actually matters. So there you go. All right, that's in case you missed it. We move on to the Daily Buzz. Start things off with an interview with Will Power. Talk a little IndyCar. We do that next. It is Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
Yeah, we got the NFL tonight. We got the Mariners, but all the buzz is about the BitNile Grand Prix kickoff party tonight at Kenton Station. So joining us real quickly to talk about what's going on with IndyCar this weekend, we have the two-time IndyCar champion, winner of the 2018 Indianapolis 500, and the two-time winner of the Portland Race Series, Will Power. Thanks for joining us.
No, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, I mean, career highlight is for you, better to win the Indy 500 or to be at Kenton Station tonight?
Oh, man. I don't know. I think the Indy 500 is a pretty big deal, but I certainly love this track here. I love Portland. Plenty of success here. It's actually the first track I ever drove at in the U.S.
Really?
When I came over here. Yeah, that's where I tested. First place I saw in the U.S.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
For anybody that can't recognize the accent, you are Australian. And when did you come over to the U.S. and start racing?
I started racing here in 2006. So I've been at it for 20 years.
Fantastic.
Yeah, same in that. Been coming here for 20 years. I feel very blessed to do this as a job, and I've had a great career.
Well, boy, being a guy with an Australian accent, a race car driver, and devilishly handsome, as I'm seeing online, must be a pretty rough life for you, I imagine.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The Portland crowds, you said you love coming back to Portland. You love the track here. How different is it than, say, I mean, most of us know the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a big oval. It's not the same here, right?
No, this is high commitment, this track. You got this crazy fast chicane on the back straight. So you're doing 180 mile an hour, and you got to turn in almost wide open into this fast chicane. Very cool track. Good racing. The first corner is always a lot of mayhem at the start. Seen a lot of big crashes at the start of the races. So I'm hoping to qualify right at the front to be out of that mess. But everyone loves coming here. It's a track that has a lot of history with IndyCar, so it's always a big deal if you win.
Well, fantastic. The qualifying is going to be tomorrow, or start tomorrow and go through Saturday, and the race on Sunday. Is that how I understand it?
Yeah, we qualify. Practice tomorrow.
Okay.
Qualify on Saturday, and the race is Sunday around noon, West Coast time.
Well, fantastic. If you want to meet Will Power, Kenton Station tonight from 4:30 to 6:30. The address for that is 8303 North Denver, so if you want to head up there. Were you at this event last year? Because we've been at Kenton Station, it feels like a few years in a row, to kind of hang out and meet fans.
This is my first time doing the event because I won the race last year, so I get to do it. So I look forward to being there and seeing all the fans and the people.
If somebody's never been to an IndyCar event, if they have a chance to go for the whole weekend, just the race, what would you recommend? What's your big sell on trying to get fans out there for the weekend?
Well, we're very accessible. Fans, we have an autograph session. I think it's on Friday. We have people have access into the paddock and watch the people work on the cars. If you get the right pass, you can be in pit lane. Obviously, plenty of places to watch around the track. There's other series. We've got Indy Next, which is the series below IndyCar, which is all the young guys trying to make it into IndyCar. They're racing here this weekend. There's plenty to do. A lot of fun, a lot of stuff to see. So come on out.
Well, fantastic. Looks like the weather's going to be nice for the weekend, not too hot. Everybody can kind of go out and enjoy the time out at PIR. Will Power, thank you very much for joining us, and appreciate taking a little bit of time to talk some IndyCar.
No, you got it. Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Will Power. If you want to go and check it out this weekend, you can go to, where is the website for all the information here? Jordan, do you have it in front of you?
I will here in a second. It is bitnile.com.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Even easier. So, go check out the Grand Prix. The Portland kickoff party is tonight from 4:30 to 6:30 at Kenton Station. And yeah, go check it out. Should be a really fun time. And one of the things he said in there is if you want to see a crash, apparently this is a track to do it at. I didn't think the racers would promote that as part of the fun of the track.
Nope.
But there you have last year's winner diving right in and going, hey, we could have some crashes. All right, it's the Daily Buzz, so we try to hit as many stories as we can. Wanted to get you some updates on your Seattle Mariners. Got to talk Mariners.
Woo!
When we've got Jordan in here. I didn't get the game on when I jumped into the studio. I was working on a few other things.
Yeah.
Do you have any updates on what's going on right now
Yes, sir.
between the White Sox and the Mariners?
Bottom four, Mitch Garver just struck out with a runner on first to make it 2 outs, but they already lead 2-0 thanks to a Randy Arozarena 2-run bomb, his 22nd of the season. Hell yes.
Yeah, it feels like Cal has slowed down a little bit. He does have one home run in the series, but you're getting contributions. Last night, you get Naylor hitting a home run.
Again.
Yeah, you've had Julio on an absolute heater. But one of the things that I've noticed, if you're not paying attention to the Mariners, everybody got excited about this lineup, and I know that Jeff Rust was very excited to kind of poke fun at the idea of Josh Naylor being a slugger when he came in with just the 10 home runs or 11 home runs, whatever it was that he had on the season when he came over. But here's something that I noticed last night when watching the game. First, if you didn't see it, Jordan, did you have a chance to watch last night's game?
Absolutely, I did.
Did you see the cleats that Josh Naylor is sporting over at first base, and when he's sprinting around the base paths? They're kind of electric. He's rocking ruby red slippers. They are no joke. They are full on sparkle red shoes. And since
all right, Dorothy.
they look like Dorothy. They actually are called ruby red slippers.
There's
An
no
artist
place
has
like
made
home.
those. Yeah, an artist made those. And there's no place like stealing bases. Since coming over from Arizona, so in 93 games with the Arizona Diamondbacks, Josh Naylor had 11 stolen bases. He has been with the Mariners for 12 games. He already has 10 stolen bases, and he has been caught stealing 0 times. His entire tenure, 6 seasons with Cleveland, he had 24 stolen bases.
Wow.
10 in 12 games.
You know, that's got to be like the Mariners' philosophy. They let Cal run, right? When Naylor got to town, I'm assuming Arizona, like Torey Lavola, their manager, probably told him, like, nah, we're only going to let you run every so often. Now it's, hey, you got the green light, kid, and I love that. That's
well, and the Mariners lineup looks like it's absolutely stacked right now. Dom Canzone is hitting really well. You've got Naylor in there. Suarez just adds another power bat. You can move J.P. Crawford, who's not hitting well, down to the bottom of the lineup. More good news. It looks like we're getting closer and closer to the return of Victor Robles. So if you were watching early in the season, makes a hell of a catch in the corner in Oracle Park in San Francisco.
On that net.
Yep, into the net, and then getting out, he just comes out, and you see him just kind of chuck the ball in and collapse. And then, of course, the next pitch, after watching the whole thing for an hour, the next pitch, the Mariners lose to the Giants in what was a very sluggish start. They lose one of their better players. So it looks like you could have Victor Robles back sooner than later. Bryce Miller is rehabbing in Tacoma. Luke Raley is swinging again. And you could even have Ryan Bliss back in the rotation by September. Now, Cole Young has played really well.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not something that you need to rush him in, but having depth as you go into the playoffs, I think, is always good. Being able to trade out right-handed for left-handed bats and all of that, it looks good. So
big thing for Bryce Miller, by the way. He said he's throwing 98, 99, and he's felt the best he has all year. So it sounds like they avoided a potential disaster situation and Tommy John surgery.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yep. 2 more starts in Tacoma, it sounds like, and then he'll be back in the rotation. So that could be, mid to the end of August, which is great. So, I mean, this is a team looking for a push. Gregory Santos also looked like he's been cleared for activity, so a September return for him. Of course, you lost Trent Thornton for the rest of the year, so adding any more depth to that bullpen is a good thing.
Kind of wonder if they'll push either Evans or Miller to the bullpen because of that. They're kind of one starter extra at this point. Ton of arms, ton of options.
Well, it's a certainly a good thing, but they also have a ton of bats right now, and you get Robles and Bliss back, and that just adds more depth there. And so that all good things. Here's the other thing: is I think we've kind of gotten a little overhyped about the Mariners, and you feel like everybody is watching the Mariners.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I really like. Checked a little power ranking of the power rankings. 5 or 6 different sites. I used AI and I said, "Hey, give me the power rankings for all the things." They've got the Mariners around 10 or 11 pretty consistently. So kind of on average, kind of floating around there. So if they are the 10th best team and they can sneak up on some people, it'll be fantastic. So something worth watching. Missed some of the news talking to Will Power, but it was worth it. Let's walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Jordan, tell me what we missed.
Yeah, actually, big deal here a second ago. You were talking about Josh Naylor for the Seattle Mariners, removed from the game today against the Chicago White Sox after 2 at-bats. Seeing some sources on Twitter reporting possible back tightness, but not seeing anything beyond that. Hopefully it's just something that he's just not feeling great today. Just get him off the field. Like, I saw them. I was at their game a couple of nights ago where they just went off against the White Sox, the first game of this series, and Cal took 2 balls off of his ankle, the same one. And I'm like, no, stop, get him out. It's the 7th inning. They're up 8-1. It's fine. I don't want to see this happen. I am so scared that these shiny new acquisitions are going to get hurt.
Yeah, well, you can have all the fear you want, but they got to go out and play because that's the only way you win these games. So, and these games matter. I mean, I know it's the White Sox. I know they have the Rays coming up who haven't been great, but these are the games you have to win. You're going to get another crack at Houston. You're going to get some big games down the stretch. So win the ones you're supposed to win. A sweep today would make it very, very nice.
Sweep today, sweep the Rays. Would absolutely love that. More sports scores and stories in 60 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks. Happy Hour. This is Take Your Pick, where you're invited to join the game. Okie dokie. Overthink, underthink, or don't think at all. Let's go.
Let's go.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. A quick update. We're talking with Will Power. We got IndyCar racing at PIR. Go to raceportland.com if you're looking for tickets. They've got an event tonight at Kenton Station. You don't need a ticket for that. Just show up and you can meet Will Power in person. Handsome devil, race car driver, Aussie accent. Ladies, if you're listening, huh?
Wish I were him.
Certain guys, if you're listening, whatever.
That's true.
Hey, go out there, have a great time. Friday is practice. You can go and watch that. You'll have plenty of driver access if you want to go out and have a good time. Saturday is qualifying. Sunday is the race. So go and check that out. It's Thursday, Schultze. It's a very exciting time. You're here for the Take Your Pick.
Yeah.
We got to pick them up there. So if you're looking to play along and you're listening, you can go on to @Fan Happy Hour on X, and the link is right there. You can jump on and play along with it. Last week, Deal won, so current contributor through text and YouTube chat, Deal won, but he's in Alaska, so he couldn't join us. But if you win and get the most right, you can join us next week. So what are we looking at for picks here, Schultze?
All right, let's take a look at, we'll give Deal's pick first, and then we'll kind of digress and go to you, Luke, really quickly. So, of course, the start, I believe this is, even though I'm a huge Mariners fan, the biggest story of the day is the Raiders returning to Lumen Field to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Who wins tonight? 7 p.m. kickoff right here on the Fan and NFL Network between the Raiders or the Seahawks. Deal says preseason football. You, because I care.
I don't know if I care about the result, but I would love to see Jalen Milroe and just go out there and ball out. I mean, I don't know. We'll have another Russell Wilson, Matt Flynn conversation after this year, but if he goes and looks good, I'm very curious to see what this looks like. I will say that the Raiders are going to try harder, but the Seahawks win.
Okay, so the Seahawks win. See, I did not go that way. We asked who's going to score the total points for the Seahawks and then the Raiders. I put 24 for the Raiders, 17 for the Seahawks. Deal went 24-20, and not really sure. He said who knows who's going to win. So he's just trying to pick a random score. And other than that, I mean, it's just kind of, it's preseason football. There's probably going to be a lot of field goals, not going to be too high scoring of a game.
Well, yeah, who knows what the hell's going to happen. I'll pick the Seahawks. I'll put in a score. Let's make it 14-21.
All right.
There you go.
All right, next preseason game, Browns v. Panthers. This is a big one. First off, who wins? Deal thinks that it's probably going to be the Panthers because there's no way the Browns are good.
Well, I don't think so either, and I think the Panthers need to prove something this year, and I don't know how much you're going to see of Bryce Young out there, but I'll say the Panthers win this game. And the next question is Shedeur Sanders getting the start. He's about 12 deep on the depth chart, but everybody else is hurt. So I threw it out there, over, under 50% passes completed. I'm picking under.
I also picked under.
Right,
I mean, I don't know how many throws he's going to get. There's literally 5 quarterbacks on the roster, 4 if you don't count Deshaun Watson, because they signed a Huntley in the last week. Like, it's like, okay.
So weird.
Yeah, okay, we're adding another quarterback to this room. I say under. I don't think, I love the option. If you go look at this, he won't even attempt to pass despite being the starter. No, he will attempt to pass. It's just going to be interesting to see the actual skill behind those
passes. He just gets sacked 4 times and then limps out there and doesn't even play. He'd throw it out there.
Yeah, that's probably true. All right, moving on. And Deal also says Shedeur gets over 50% with short passes. So it's just going to be, check downs.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, little slants out there. All right, the Niners v. Broncos. Who's winning that one tonight?
Oh, boy. Who cares? I put this on there. Here's the only thing about this game that's interesting.
That's a Saturday game, by the way.
It is.
Tonight.
Yes, I tried to pick one. I tried to pick one from each day. So tonight you've got Seahawks. Tomorrow Browns. Saturday is the Broncos and 49ers.
Yeah.
What's really interesting about this is the Broncos have been talked about as Bo Nix is ready to take the next step.
Yeah.
They could potentially be a team that wins that division over the Chiefs and Chargers.
That's a little strong.
So yeah, and well, Sean Payton said that he thinks they're a Super Bowl team. But these are two teams going in the opposite directions. The 49ers in the Super Bowl just a couple years ago. I honestly don't care about who wins. I cannot pick the 49ers because my wife is a 49ers fan, so I'll pick the Broncos.
Okay.
But I'm very curious to see what happens with these two teams when you get into the regular season. So what they do in this game is inconsequential, but who they play will be interesting to me.
I would say the Broncos are probably deeper overall with
Yeah.
their 53 or 54 man, whatever it is.
I
now
think they
in
have a
the
90-man roster right now.
Yeah,
So
it's all-
until you get to week
Thank
1,
you.
right now it's a 90-man roster.
Training camp's fun in the NFL and
Good
Major League Baseball.
times.
It's kind of wacky. It's just a group of guys. And you're like, who are half these dudes? Deal says Sean Payton seems like the coach that cares about preseason, and he thinks the Broncos will win because of that. One more preseason game. This one Sunday. Chicago hosting the Miami Dolphins. Do you care about this one? Because I'm not sure I do.
I'll give it the same thing. It's two teams going in the opposite directions, except for they're at the bottom of the pile. I think
Okay.
everybody's expecting an emergence of Caleb Williams against
Yeah.
Ben Johnson as the head coach. I expect him to play in this game because he needs as many reps as he can get.
Mhm.
Seeing what the new offense looks like. Do they actually watch film this year? I mean, the whole thing is crazy. The other side of it just seems stupid. If any quarterback, I was talking about Joe Burrow shouldn't be playing any
Yeah.
preseason reps because I don't want to see him get hurt. If anybody should not be playing in the preseason, it is Tua Tagovailoa. Like getting him
kidding.
out there, he better be wearing one of those helmet diapers and then another one on top of that, and
Yeah.
just be like wrapped in a bubble because he gets hurt spectacularly. He doesn't just get chipped up; he has to be knocked out, or when he's ripped down in his final game at Alabama, and it looked like he broke everything.
Yeah.
Like he makes you hurt when he gets hurt. That's how bad he does it. So I don't want to see him in the thing, but I think that might be the hottest seat of seats in the NFL. And looking at Mike McDaniels and Tua, because if McDaniels leaves, I don't know if anybody else is going to kind of want to inherit what they've got going on Miami. Tyreek Hill is saying one thing and then another and back and forth. So if Miami doesn't have a good year, I think you just get rid of everybody and start over. So I'm interested about these two teams in the regular season, and if we can see anything on Sunday, it intrigues me. I will say Dolphins.
Okay. I mean, I don't like how Mike McDaniel's already being thrown under the bus. Don't really think it's his fault that the Dolphins are necessarily struggling. He's dealt with injuries. He's just dealt with situations along been there for 5 years now that it's not his doing.
But if he's been there 5 years, everything becomes his doing. You find a scapegoat, it ends up being the coach. Plus, kind of a weird dude.
Yeah, that's
it makes the seat a little hotter. I'm
the
just
nerdy looking or the
I'm just-
eccentric kind of dude.
And you can say whatever you want, like injuries are the reason that you did it, or that you haven't done well. But at some point, you need to show results, and they have a lot of talent, and what they do with it will be very interesting.
And this will be his 4th season, not his 5th season. So my apologies, was off 1 year there. But I'm excited to see what Caleb can do under Ben Johnson, but we're not going to see that in the preseason. So
Yeah.
definitely a little bit early for me. But come the regular season, I will be looking at the storylines for both of these two teams as we get closer to week 6 or 7 and where they're sitting. All right, back to my Seattle Mariners. All right, let's do Mariners and then get the hell out of here. So just the series overall, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, do you think that they can sweep? Deal says that the Mariners will win the series. Cal's going to get 2 home runs. I say Cal's probably going to hit 2,
All right.
maybe 3 or more, but I'm trying to get out of my bias here. I hope for a sweep, but I think a series win, 2 out of 3 is pretty, that's feasible.
Well, part of the reason that I don't like doing pick'ems to begin with is I'm a honk. Like, it's fun. I'm going to be sitting there rooting for the Mariners and taking care of business. So hopefully they can finish the series with the White Sox. It's 2-1 still. My TV just shut off again. I can't get the thing to stay on in here. But they can finish out the sweep of the White Sox and sweep the Rays as well. So I will pick that. But again, I'm just picking because it's my team. Home runs for Cal. He's been cold.
Yeah.
Here's what I need. You have that stupid what's his name in Oakland now with 2-3 home run games
Nick
as a
Kurtz?
catcher.
Oh, no.
No,
The young kid.
Langoliers.
Thank you, Langoliers, yeah.
Cal Raleigh has no 3 home run games in his career. He's got like 8 2-run games this year. He gets a 3 home run game against Tampa Bay, so that got to go 3 or more. That's what I'm waiting to see.
He hits him in bunches, so if
Yeah.
he hits 1 or 2 this weekend, he's probably going to hit 4 or 5.
Let's do it. All right. We're going to get one more for the road. We'll do it next. If you want to play along with this little pick'em, like I said, just go to X at Fan Happy Hour, and you can find the link posted there. You can play along. You win. You can join us and tell us what you think and pick along. And I'll give you plenty of time because most of the time I don't care. We're just contractually obligated as hosts to make picks at some point. One more for the road. We do it next. Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
So far, wicked woman, cool creams and mistress. You got a cool spell on me.
Let's grab one more for the road.
Come on, everybody. Everything's smooth.
Here's Luke Anderson.
All right, welcome back in. Just one more segment before prime time. Schultzy, what are the people saying out there, my friend?
Oh, this is funny. One of the first texts we got in, controlled by smelling salts, Big Pharma. It's just great to see people making jokes with the NFL. In my opinion, also making
Well, I just
quite
love
the
the,
joke
bring,
of the situation.
I just love the bring your own drugs. Like, hey,
Hey.
you know what? We
BYOS,
don't think
baby.
this is safe. You guys stop bringing them in, or the teams can no longer supply them, but just bring them in yourselves. We'll be good.
Absolutely.
Bring your own cocaine. Let's go.
Smelling salts aren't good for you.
Well, and that's what they decided, but they're like, well, but if you bring it, I mean, we can't really stop you.
Well,
So
I mean, you can. They ban steroids. They ban other whatever. I digress.
you got it.
Let's see. On to the YouTube line. Ooh, like this. Rufio says the Milrow show coming soon. I don't know if that means like just tonight or if the Seattle Seahawks are going to go forward and just jettison Sam Darnold and go with Jalen Milrow. See, Jalen Milrow's accuracy isn't quite there yet, but he's that exciting young.
Remember what we
possible
thought of
Swiss
Dak
Army, right?
Prescott when he came out of Mississippi State? Nobody thought he was going to be anything. He was third on the depth chart. Then you had Tony Romo get a back injury. You had Kellen Moore go down with a broken leg, I think.
Yes.
And then he gets a shot, and now he's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Russell
So
Wilson.
who knew?
Another good
Well, Russell
example.
Wilson, yeah, but he was a third-round pick, and you started hearing chirps around camp, whatever it is. But there's been talk that the best rushing quarterback in the NFL is Jalen Milrow from just a pure rushing talent standpoint. Whether or not that translates onto a football field, who knows? But I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm excited. I really think that, what they signed Sam Darnold to a 3-year deal. So I think it's just kind of up in the air for Seattle. They can go where they want. It's very similar to the Matt Flynn, Russell Wilson situation they have now. If they want to move on from Darnold, not saying they should, but they could.
Biggest offseason acquisition for the Seattle Seahawks, Clint Kubiak.
Absolutely.
Ryan Grubb was an experiment that did not go well. All right, here's your last one for the road. There's a woman named Jennifer Kleinendorst of Willow Spring, North Carolina. She won $2 million on a scratch ticket this week.
A scratch $2 million
$2 million scratch ticket. The amazing thing about it, though, is last week she won $250,000 on a scratch ticket.
There's like a guy...
Or, sorry, last month. So she won that in June. She won $250,000, and this week she won $2 million. So within the span of like 5 weeks, she has won $2.2 million on scratch tickets. How about that?
I mean, this isn't even the first time I've heard of this. There was a guy, you can watch the story on YouTube, who was doing a news story about a big win. I think it was a scratch ticket, and they were like, okay, let's go buy another ticket, have you scratch stuff off for the story. So we've got B-roll footage of you doing that on camera. He literally won another $100,000 right on camera. It's insane.
Yeah,
some people just have all the luck.
I was talking to Johnny Martin, our super sales assistant.
Yeah.
And he brought up that story. And he goes, I think about that guy all the time.
Me too.
And that guy was like super down on his luck, and he was like just saying what it meant to him, and then he wins again. So yes, it's absolutely
started
insane.
crying when he won again.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this woman did too.
I can't even imagine.
Well,
so
if you hit a $250,000 windfall, a month later, 10 times that.
So your odds of winning in the lottery, do you have any idea what just your odds overall of winning anything are? Even your money back.
Don't I have a better chance of getting struck by lightning 6 times?
No. Like winning the jackpot,
Oh,
yes.
this
no, but
doesn't
like
cover that.
This
Okay.
is just like you get a $2 scratcher and you get $2 back or anything extra.
2%?
1 in 38.
So slightly over.
Little, yeah.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, the Americans spend $113 billion annually on lottery tickets. That is, well, I guess that was in the year 2023. The average person spends $312 each year on lottery tickets.
Okay.
California, Florida, and New York each brought in more than $8 billion in their state lottery. And then you get those surges in the jackpots, like you get the Mega Bucks or the Powerball or whatever. Those go up and everybody goes absolutely crazy. But here's the wild thing is people that make under $10,000 a year spend almost $600 annually on lottery tickets. They will spend $597 annual. That's about 6% of their income.
I don't call it this because I like to play the lottery, but there are some people that call it the stupid tax.
Well,
guys,
you know what the lottery calls it? The hope tax.
Thank you.
So there you
Open
go.
one hand, spit in the other. Tell me which one fills up first.
Amen to that, brother. About half of Americans buy at least one lottery ticket per year. You said, how often do you buy?
Just whenever it gets to the big.
Oh,
big
you
numbers.
just do it when it gets
So, like,
huge.
my wife and I,
Yeah.
maybe once a year, maybe twice.
I have a stack of scratch tickets, I think, that have some dollars on them. We always buy them for, like, holidays, like, like stocking stuffers or whatever at Christmas or
idea.
whatever, and we always
Yeah.
get some back, and then I always scratch them, but I never win a significant amount
always
that
$2.
I ever actually go and cash them in. So that's the problem that I have. Just so you know, men play more than women.
Shocking.
People in their 20s and 30s are the most active demographics.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
it was the olds.
Well, I think there's probably just more people in their 20s and 30s, so maybe that has something to do with it. So yeah, and then a surprising or not surprising number of winners end up bankrupt just a few years after winning. So if you ever think you're like, I'm going to win and I'm going to play my money right, well, the odds are the people that play the lottery tend to be the ones that do not make clever financial decisions. The more money you make, the less likely you are to play the lottery, which means, people not doing things right.
It's like when you're smart, you understand you're not the smartest one, but when you're stupid, you don't get it. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I want to thank Will Power for joining us. If you want to check out the pre-race event tonight at Kenton Station, go and do that. Big thank you to Jordan Schultz for filling in for Rusty. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and thank you, Isaac Ropp. We're done for now. Bye-bye.
Forget about your scene. Give the